Does Hull Davis Restoration do fire damage?
We absolutely do. We handle all kinds of fire damage projects from small kitchen, stovetop fires with minor damage to some cabinets or walls to complete structure, total loss fire damage on residential or commercial projects.
How do you assess fire damage?
It starts with the initial inspection, and we use a lot of technology to get that done. We use cameras that take 3D images that can measure out the spaces that are affected, that can construct full 3D scans that then can be used to develop the estimating platform, estimating budgets, and all of the different documents that we might need to help document that claim from beginning to end. Once that documentation happens, the estimating would happen next, and that assessment goes off to the adjuster. The adjuster would then collaborate with a company like Paul Davis and try to determine the final scope of work and that budget. Now, it's not always finalized at the initial get go, and things are added over time as more work is discovered, as the scope is further clarified. And it's a process from beginning to end to make sure insurance covers everything that they owe with that event.
What does fire damage restoration include?
It's important to remember there's several different phases to a fire damage project. One would be the initial cleanup and stabilization of the property. Sometimes it's not safe to go into a fire damaged property. And so it needs to be cleaned up, stabilized, engineering done to make sure there's no collapse or hazards like that. There's also the contents phase. So when I say contents, I think about taking a house, flipping it upside down, and everything that falls out of the house would be considered contents. So all the furniture, the clothing, all the hard pieces, the soft pieces, everything inside the house. That's another phase of fire damage repairs that has to be addressed and taken care of. And then finally, the structured cleaning. If it is going to be saved, it's going to have to be cleaned and treated. Or if it's just damaged beyond cleaning, it has to be removed and replaced.
How do you calculate critical damage?
So often we need to bring in a structural engineer to review the overall damage to determine are the walls, are the trusses stable? Can they be saved and cleaned? Or are they damaged beyond salvage and have to be replaced? Our own expertise and knowledge of being rebuilt many, many fires over the years can help us also understand what is reusable and salvageable and what simply has to be removed and replaced.